Welcome to today's headlines. Malami speaks on Soludo's request to stand surety for Nnamdi Kanu. Malami speaks on Soludo's request to stand surety for Nnamdi Kanu. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. The Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, has reacted to Anambra State Governor Charles Soludo's request to stand as surety for Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Mr. Kanu has been leading a separatist campaign for an independent state of Biafra. According to Mr. Kanu, the Biafran Republic would comprise people of Igbo-speaking origin from Nigeria's southeast and some parts of South State. The IPOB leader was first arrested by Nigerian spy agency in 2015 in Lagos, southwest Nigeria. Mr. Kanu's trial on terrorism and treasonable charges has been dismissed by the Court of Appeal in Abuja. The appellate court on 13th October held that Mr. Kanu's extraordinary rendition to Nigeria from Kenya last June was a flagrant violation of Nigeria's extradition treaty and also a breach of his fundamental human rights. The government action, the court said, invalidated the trial. The court ordered his release from the custody of the Nigerian Secret Police, State Security Service, SSS. But Mr. Kanu remains in detention, while the federal government pursues its appeal at the Supreme Court in an effort to have the charges against him restored. There have, however, been calls from different quarters for the IPOB leader's release. Governor Soludo's joined the list of those calling for Mr. Kanu's release during the presidential campaign flag-off of the All Progressives Grand Alliance APGA in Okala, Anambra State on 15th of January. Mr. Soludo said if Mr. Kanu cannot be released unconditionally by the Nigerian government, the IPOB leader should be released to him. In an exclusive interview with Premium Times on Wednesday, the Attorney General said he was not in receipt of Mr. Soludo's request. There is no such request formally before the federal government or the judicial process. As at today, being 18th January 2023, I am not in receipt of any application arising from the public statement made by the Governor of Anambra State, Chukwuma Soludo, either through the judicial process or extended to me as the Attorney General of the Federation AGF, Malami said. Mr. Malami, a senior advocate of Nigeria's SAN, explained that when a matter is pending before the court, the right channel through which any request or perhaps concession can be presented for consideration is through the judicial process. He added that the renewed call for Mr. Kanu's release has not been invoked formally for the consideration of the Attorney General. Mr. Kanu was facing terrorism charges before Bintalun Yako of the Federal High Court in Abuja land was granted bail in 2017. But the Nigerian Army on 14 September 2017 invaded the IPOB leaders Afaraoku home near Humaya, Abia State, during which civilians were killed. Mike Ozekome, Mr. Kanus' lawyer, said during a court session, due to the invasion, Mr. Kanu fled the country, prompting Mrs. Unyako, the trial judge, to issue a warrant of arrest for the IPOB leader. One of Mr. Kanu's lawyers, Aloy Ejimako, described the IPOB leader's escape during the invasion as the rule of self-preservation. But Mrs. Unyako revoked Mr. Kanu's bail for abandoning his trial and ordered his trial to be separated from the rest of the co-defendants. While the trial of the rest of the defendants has made some progress, Mr. Kanu has been stalled since 2017. After nearly 4 years abroad, on 29 June 2021, Mr. Malami, in the company with the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, and SSS officials, announced Mr. Kanu's arrest and repatriation from Kenya to Nigeria. He was subsequently rearraigned before Mrs. Unyako on 15th count, terrorism and treasonable felony charges, but the judge in April 2021 struck out 8 of the charges after the IPOB leader challenged their validity. Now, to my dear listeners, now come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by